Hey guys, so today I have a fun mixed media inspirational tags for you, and I'm going to share how I made these. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi everybody, it's Deb here with Creative Life. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for subscribing. So happy New Year's to you all. I hope you all had a great New Year's with your family or your friends or whoever you celebrated it with. And so welcome back to my channel. It's the start of a new year, you guys. And so today I have a fun kit for you from Jolie. This is the mixed media kit. And in this kit, you get a bunch of fun things. Now, this is the basic mixed media kit that you will receive. It will receive a lot of different mixed media items here that you can use throughout the year, along with some of the other mixed media stuff that you get, right? Or even past items that you have. So let's say you have stencils, or you have tissue paper, or you have maybe some rub-ons or whatever whatever was in the kit. So you could definitely use those along with these items here. So to start out with, you're going to go ahead and get some of these art stones, and these are Barfinabar, and these are awesome. Now, I've never used these, so these are brand new to me, and so I'm really excited about using these, okay? So we're going to be using these art stones, and then the other thing you're going to get is you're going to get 2 chipboard tags. And these chipboard tags are in the shop, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to work on these. Then you're going to get some Art Basic texture brushes. Now these are a set of 3, and they're really cool. So they are silicone, so you get the silicone side here, and these are different things that you can use to create different designs inside of your textured paste or your gel, whatever you're using. And so this is really fun items to do, and so I'm really looking forward to using these. And then on the other side, you've got your brushes. Now I will say, in the past I have not taken care of my brushes as well as I should have, but these are really nice, and I'm like, my other ones were from like the Dollar Tree, or but these ones, I'm going to go ahead and I'm really going to try to take care of these ones. So I'm really excited that these come in the kit, because I don't have anything like this. So I'm really excited about sharing these with you. The next thing you're going to get is let's go ahead and go with gesso. So gesso, you get a black and a white, and this just helps prepare your surface for painting or whatever you're going to do on top of your canvas, wood, maybe, any type of surface that you're going to apply this to, okay? So I will go in depth more on how or what this does to your surfaces once we get going here, okay? And then here you have 3D gloss gel, and this is pretty fun to use, and I like using these and along with some of the other things, because you can add your paints, you can add any like glitter, you can add anything to these types of items for decorating your surfaces. So same thing with your modeling paste. Your modeling paste is really a good item to use. It should be a staple in your mixed media closet or mixed media area. So then you've got your textured paste. It really should be a staple as well. And again, I will go in depth once I start using these. I will go in more depth on each one and what they do, okay? So, or what they do. And so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing I did is I grabbed my white gesso and placed it on top of my tag. And what your gesso does, whether it's the white or black
gesso or if you're using clear gesso. It will prepare your surface for painting, and it creates a protective barrier between the paint and the surface. It does stiffen and harden when it dries, so that way, you can go ahead and apply your paints, your inks, or whatever you're going to do to your surface. Now here what I'm doing is I'm grabbing the modeling paste, and I grabbed an old, well, actually not old, but it is a stencil that we got in one of the mixed media kits previously. And so what I'm doing here is I'm going to go ahead and just use the modeling paste on top of this stencil. Now I'm holding it down with my fingers. I wasn't going to place the pattern all over, but then once I started getting the modeling paste on it, I really liked it, and so I went ahead and just followed through with adding the modeling paste all over the entire tag. Now, you can also do this with your textured paste, and you can do this with your glossy gel too, the 3D gloss gel if you would like. But we're using the modeling paste here. You want to make sure that when you do any of your modeling paste or 3D or anything like that, you want to be sure to clean your stencils right away, okay? So that way they don't ruin. Now here I added the modeling paste with the Art Alchemy Liquid Acrylic Violet and paint, and this is what we got from 2024 kit last year, and if it's still available, I'll try to put the link down below for you, okay? And this I tried to use with the 6x6 stencil that came in a kit as well, but it didn't turn out quite like I wanted it to. It was a big mess. Turned out into a big messy blob, and you'll see here in a minute. It just did not work. So, and sometimes that happens with your pastes and stuff, it kind of changes, your paint changes the, what do I want to say, like the proportions of your pastes. So you have to be careful in what you use sometimes, because if it's a little bit more watery, it does change the dynamics inside of your pastes. So here what I decided to do is I decided to go ahead and just use purple throughout the tag. And although the little corner there was a little bit more heavier than what I wanted, that it still turned out beautifully. And I love the way that this tag turned out at the end. And here I'm just drying this with my heat gun, and I'm going to go ahead and just leave it as it is. Now, while I'm adding the spray here, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that with modeling paste, which is on top of the tag, this creates a texture, and it does create like a 3D effect, so that's why you can use it with your stencils. You can use it with dyes, you can use it with paints, and it just gives your patterns a raised look, okay? And that is one of the things that I really like about modeling paste, and that you can use it in a variety of different ways, and I love using it with my stencils. Now here I'm just drying this, and so once it's dried, I went ahead and grabbed my 3D gloss gel. Now your 3D gloss gel can be used as a paste, and yes, I know, and as an adhesive, I should say. So when you put down the 3D gloss gel, you want to go ahead, and that will go ahead and secure your little metal items or any embellishments that you place down on top of your surface. Now here I was going to use the gloss gel, and I was going to make this metal piece a little bit shiny, but then I decided to go ahead and just use my gesso, because the little window that I'm using is white, and so I kind of wanted that to match, and so I went ahead and just painted the metal piece up on top white. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just I'll let that dry for a little bit, and I got the heat gun and dried that down. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place the window down. Now to secure the window, I went ahead and grabbed some pieces of chipboard, and I went ahead and used the scrap pieces. Instead of using foam tape, I used those instead. And I used my gloss gel, the 3D gloss gel, to secure or adhere all of those pieces together. So and this will give a raised look to the window. So it's going to sit just like that in the middle. And it's going to be the same height because the metal piece it's a raised metal piece. So I had to have it the same, uh, you know, level as the metal piece to lay my window down. so, so I went ahead and cut that window out from the collection. That is part of the scrapbook collection. So, and again, you can see that on the reveal video that I do, and I'll go ahead and put that link here for you as well. So now I'm using the 3D gloss gel to adhere down the art stones. And I decided to go ahead and bring in some of the purple flowers and this beautiful bird resin that I had in my stash. The This resin was in my stash, and so I thought this would look really pretty right above the little window. And again, I'm just using some of the art stones and placing them down. So next I decided to go ahead and use the gloss gel to adhere down the flowers. And y'all, it works perfectly for this. So if you don't need to do your hot glue gun or anything like that. Just use your 3D gloss gel to adhere down your flowers. And again, I went ahead and laid some of those beautiful art stones right down by the flowers. It looks so pretty because they look like little rock pebbles, and it just gives it a really natural type feel to around the flowers, I thought. And that is it, you guys. We are pretty much done. I really like how this turned out using the sprays and such. The sprays that is on the background there, it is a Lindsay Gang spray. It is called Moon Shadow Mist. And again, I think that was in one of the kits before. And I went ahead and sprayed it down on top of the window, and as you can see, it went ahead and dyed that little planter that the flowers are sitting in, and I really like how that looked. So for tag number 2, I went ahead and placed my gesso on already, and then I am going to be building up a layer of the textured paste. Now this textured paste that you get in your kit is actually a white sand, so it is pretty gritty, okay? And it does feel kind of like there's sand inside of it, right? And so again, it's very gritty, and I am just layering a thick layer of this on top of each other. So I want it pretty thick because we're going to use the end of that silicone little brush there to create our little swirly that we just did. And here I am going to create some more on here as well. So here we're going to go ahead and I'm going to erase that one that I just did, but we're going to go ahead and smooth out some more, and we're going to make some more little lines here. And I just thought that this was so fun because you can use these silicone tips to create some texture on top of your surface. You don't need to have a stencil unless you want one, but you can use these silicone pieces to create your own little texture. So, and your design. So here I went ahead and used this that one, the little brush one, and I kind of liked that, and I left that there, and now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to go ahead and add some paints and stuff on top of this once it's dried. Now, before we continue with our little tag here, I wanted to share with you this booklet. And right now I am just looking through here and getting all my little words out. And as you can see, you have a ton to pick from in there. And you will love that book once you get it, you guys. There is just tons and tons of words in there. And so again, I'm just drying this, making sure it's dried pretty well. And then we're going to go ahead and start adding some little powders to these. Now, the powders that I'm using are actually from another kit that we got. It's a past kit, and I'll link it down below if it is still available. And these are Cosmic Shimmer, and actually, the yellow that I'm using is Pearl X, and I believe, and this is Brilliant Yellow. And I decided to go ahead and add that on top of there, and then I decided to go ahead and use the other one, which was Salmon Pink. And I thought that these were so pretty. The colors were just gorgeous. And then I decided to go ahead and come in with the Cosmic Shimmer, and that is, let me see what, that is a deep purple. And then I also came in with another powder, and that one is ice blue. And I just thought that these colors were kind of happy, so pretty together. And I really wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. And I did kind of use the little Pearl X, the salmon pink, and I just kind of splattered it all over the place and used my finger to kind of just smooth it in. Now here I'm coming in with the ice blue, and I'm just kind of sprinkling this on top. And that's one of the things that I love about this Cosmic Shimmer is that you can just go ahead and sprinkle this on top of your surface and then wet it with some water. And it just kind of, kind of pulls wherever you want it to go. And so that's one of the things that I love about these types of paints and stuff. So here I'm just kind of dabbing it away a little bit, and you can always add more color if you want. Next, I went ahead and grabbed from my stash the sparkle spray that I had in my stash, and it's just a gold spray. And I went ahead and kind of rubbed it on and painted it on to the surface. And I wanted it really in the lines. I really thought that the gold kind of going through the lines would be really pretty. And this turned out just gorgeous. I love how this dried after everything was done. It just created a really pretty background. So next I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to place my words down. And while I'm doing this, I just want to go ahead and let you know about the textured paste. I think I touched on it a little bit, but with the textured paste, again, there are a lot of different texture pastes out there. You have a wide variety, and so you can definitely look into getting other textured pastes, and I am sure that we may be having some later on in some future kits. So what I want to touch on real quick again is that there are a wide variety of different textured pastes, and you can use these with stencils. You can actually stamp on this, and once it dries, it pretty much stays where it's at. Now you can try to sand this down if you want to, but really once it's on there, you ain't gonna get it off. So the other thing I want to say is that with any of your stencils, your brushes, or anything like that, with any of the textured pastes, modeling pastes, your gesso or your 3D gel, you want to make sure that you go ahead and you wash your stencils, your brushes, anything like that right away, okay? You don't want to leave them sitting because it will dry onto whatever you're using and it has a hard time coming off, okay? So be sure to wash your items right away. And some people that I know or that I've heard, they actually go ahead and they place like a little sudsy little bucket or pan next to them as they're doing their mixed media, so they can just throw their utensils in there right away. So this is the tag and we are pretty much done. Now I'm adding in the ribbon on there, and as you saw, I was cutting up the words and I used the little book from the scrapbook kit. That is a little embellishment from the scrapbook kit. And then I just want to let you know that you can go ahead and you can actually add your inks or dyes to your textured paste to create color. Now that means that you can mix in the dye and your little inks, whatever you would like, to create a colored textured paste, okay? So here I'm just tying on that bow, and I just love this purple color is just so pretty. I absolutely love it. And for some reason now I'm into purple. So now that Christmas has passed, I am into purple now. So, and I think it has a lot to do with the scrapbook kit that we got. It is just so pretty. I just absolutely love it.
Okay, you guys, so we finished with these two tags, and I love how these turned out. I was really kind of nervous there for a little bit, I have to be honest with you, but these turned out so stinking pretty, right? I absolutely love how the background on this one turned out with the beautiful gold in it, and how we did the background with the texture on it with the lines, and I just think that that looks so pretty. I absolutely love that, and I hope that you guys like it too. So with that, we went ahead and used one of our paintbrushes in order to create the little lines that are through here as a texture instead of using a stencil. And so I'm going to bring these in. Now, these are the brushes, again, that you get in the kit, and they have these silicone bottoms on these that have the texture edges here, and then here you have like a little spatula that you can wipe your pastes or your gesso, whatever you're using, on these, and just swipe these across your cards or your tags, whatever you're going to be doing, your canvas. And then here is the other one with the little comb. That's what I kind of call it. I don't know, it's a texture brush, right? And so I just think that these are super cute, and I love how we created our background with using that. And I just thought that this was so fun. I really like how that turned out. Now with this one, we used the 3D gel gloss gel, and then we used the stones, and those art stones are just beautiful, and they add a lot of just a little bit of texture, or a little bit of something super pretty to your little scenery here, and I really like how they look. And then here I did on the back, what I did is I took one of the old metal pieces and I painted it white, so it kind of looks like it's part of the window, but it's not, and it's just one of these old vintage type ideology. What do you call these? Let's see here. Sorry, you guys. I'm at a loss for words. Plates. They are ornate plates. And this is the one I used. This one. And we just used the gesso to paint it white. And I love how that turned out. And then setting the window on top of that just created a really beautiful little layout there. I love it. And then I took one of the birds from Prima, and these are resins, and that just stuck that up there and glued that down. I just love how this turned out. So, so pretty. So there's our two tags. Now I have both the scrapbook kit and the mixed media kit linked down below in the description box, so you guys can head over and take a peek at these. And if you want, grab one, because I'm telling you, you guys are gonna love these brushes. I absolutely love how these brushes are, and I think you're gonna love them too. So the other thing I want to tell you is that I know I said it during the video, but you're going to love using this January's basic kit along with some of the past kits, the mixed media kits from 2024, because there's a lot of paints, a lot of different powders. There's Pearl-X that we got. There was Lindsay Gang's powders that we got, Cosmic Shimmers. There were a lot of different paints and sprays that we got throughout the year, and you're going to love using those along with a lot of the items that you got in this month's kit. So again, I have the links down below. Thank y'all for joining me today. I hope that you got inspiration from today's tutorial. Thanks again, you guys. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Thanks for joining me today. Head on over to Trace Jolie to check out their shop, and please like, subscribe, and comment. And come join me for Friday night live shows, Friday night at 4:30 p.m. Central Time.